everyone, and welcome to the chapter 6, the lesson 6 and part 2 of our Photoshop Essential live series. So, we'll continue from where we stopped last time. So, I hope now you have understood about clone stamp tool and clone panel options, pattern tools, spot healing brush, and patch tools, and uh, so on. So today, we will continue. And the first thing we will start with is with the red eye removal tool. A red eye removal tool is basically for removing the red light reflection on the eyes. So sometimes what happens when you take pictures, so let me open the file here and go here. So for example, I have this file, and this file is basically, if you will notice, have red eye reflections, like red light reflection on in his eyes. To remove these red light reflections, we have a tool in the same place where we have the spot healing patch tool, and contained our move tool and red eye tool here. If I will take the red eye tool and then select the part of the eye, like suppose if I will select this part, so you will see it will create a like darkening amount. So I can choose a little bit apart from here. It creates this. The pupil size right now is 50%, darkening amount is 50%. So let's undo it and let's increase the pupil size a little bit more. And then when I select the eye, so it will be a little bit more of this option. Okay. So you can select, you can create more bigger and you will get this option. Okay. Like here, here it had like clearly removed it. Here there is, because image itself is a little blurry, that's why I couldn't remove the whole thing. But this is what you will get. But if you think this is too dark, what you can do here is that you can just go in the red eye tool and reduce the darkening amount to little bit. Like I have reduced to 25%, and now let's select the whole thing, and then you can see it's getting better. Maybe a little bit more reduction in the darken amount. Now it looks better. So here is, I will select 2, and then you will notice before and after. So this is how the red eye will help. Red eye reduction will help you to get your to get rid of the red light in your image. So next, after the red eye tool, we have auto align. Now what auto align actually do? So for example, let's do one thing here. Let's go to file and open few files here. Now I have this file here, you can see that, and I have this file here, and I have this file. Now the images themselves are kind of like in different alignment. Like this one is a little bit smaller, this one is a little bit bigger, and this one is a little bit rotated. So if I will put them on top of each other, like if I will take this one and put it here on top of this, and take this one and put on top of this one, let's close these two again. So I will have 3 layers now stacked together. If I will zoom in a bit, you will notice if I will start reducing the opacity of this file, so you will notice that it is not perfectly aligned. There is a ghosting of the image. Just see this cave here, and like the image, the cave here is starting from this side, whereas the cave in the first image is starting from here. That means it is not perfectly aligned. Okay, it's not aligning perfectly together. And same thing here. If you will see, if the cave starting is from here, and in the last image the cave is starting from the other side, so they are not perfectly aligned. If I will, you can see the difference now here. Okay. Now the reason I want to stack them, or the reason I want to uh, like put them all together, is for best like result of a single, like to create a best image out of these three images. Means, for example, here I really like the way the shadow is, like the light is falling, everything is clear, whereas here it's too bright, I cannot see anything, but I have a very nice light in the other parts, okay, which I cannot see it here. Here the cave is not that good. Here cave itself is good, but this part is not good. Plus ground, you will see little, it's a little bit over exposed, and it's kind of blurry also. And if I will see this image, the part over here is much more nicer. Okay, so if I will put them together and start reducing this, you can see I'm getting a good result out of it. But issue is that I'm like reducing the opacity. So when I'm reducing the opacity, the underneath image is showing up. But what actually is happening is the alignment, the aligned images are not that good. Okay, because they are not perfectly aligned. They are kind of mixed up. So that I actually don't want. Like suppose if I would do the same thing from here, and they all three are now mixing together, but you can see now it's getting blurry. If I move closer, just see what is happening here. I'm trying to mix them together with different opacity, but they are getting a little bit blurry. The reason they are getting a little bit blurry is because they are not perfectly aligned. And if I want to align it, it will take forever to align them. So the best way to align is to use the auto align option. Now to use the auto align option, let's do one thing here. Instead of bringing the image together and stacking them together manually, the best way to do is that just we will go to the file, scripts, okay, and then here we have load file into stack. I will just go to load file into stack, browse, and those images which I just brought in, I will select all of them, okay, in this manner, and then I will press open and okay. As soon as I will do that, they all will be stacked together, just like the way I want it. Okay. So image number 1, 2, 3. So the order is order is 1, 2, 3. How about I don't want it to be 1, 2, 3. I want it to be 3, 1, 2. So simple. I will take the number 3 and I can move around. So that's what I can do. Now they all are stacked together automatically. I didn't open them one by one, copied them and pasted them manually. I just used this script, load files into stack, and selected the file, and they are loaded automatically just like this. Now the question is how to align them. Aligning we can do manually, but it will take forever. It will take a lot of time to do that. So simple. I'll select all of these layers, then go to edit, and there is an option here called auto align. So I will choose the auto align, and once I'm here, it will give me some options. So do I want it to be perspective, or do I want it to be collage, or do I want it to be cylindrical or spherical or reposition? I don't want any one of these. I want it to be auto. I will choose auto, and automatically it will use the best projection, and it those images that are rotated, which are bigger, which are smaller, all will be perfectly aligned together, and everything will be done automatically. Now, you can do the lens correction also over here, because sometimes what happens when you are using a different lens for different pictures, the result will be different. So that you can do also here, but I don't want to do that. I'll just press OK, or maybe vignette removal, because vignette is what the dark borders. Okay, so maybe vignette remover, or like removal, and let's say geometric detection, or like distortion also. So I'll choose this one as well. Once this is done, I will just press OK on my screen, and it will start align. It will start the alignment. Now it's aligning number 2, then number 1, then number 3. We'll do that. So it takes a little time depending on how big the images are. So I'm using a pretty big images. Okay, and now you can see that. Okay, one more thing, let's undo this, because what I did, the lens distortion is creating a weird effect. So let's do again, and this time I will not choose geometric distortion. I will just press OK. By the way, these images are from like Wojciech Doman, and he took these images. So I'm using his images for this project. Now this is done, and you will notice that images are perfectly aligned, and that's why we see these uh, frames, empty borders, which we can remove. It doesn't matter. Now if I will go here, start doing the same thing which I was doing before, like I will play with these opacities here to get the best out of these images. Now you can see that when I did that, and let's go back here, and now you can see there is no ghosting here, nothing, just like before we were getting. Everything is perfectly aligned. But issue over here is that I don't know how much opacity I should reduce, which blending mode I should use, uh, and how to remove these gaps. I'm not pretty much sure about it. And it will take time if I will try to experiment with it. And if you want to complete the project in like a in a very quick manner, and like in a less number in few minutes, so there is another option here that we have, which is called auto blend layers. So we are done with the auto like align. Now we will do the auto blend. So I will select all of these, select all of them, and I will go to edit, and here I have auto blend. So I will choose auto blend. Now it is asking me how you want it to blend. Do you want it to be panorama or stack images? So in this case, I don't want it to be panorama because they are stacked together on top of each other. Okay, just like we want. And I want it to have a seamless tones and colors. I want to have a content aware fill transparent areas. And once this is done, then maybe later on you can decide which one you want to reduce the opacity or leave it as it is, because everything will be done by itself. So even you don't have to change the opacity yourself. So I will select these two options. So seamless tones and colors, what it will do is that it will choose the best tones from each image and keep it on the screen. And content aware fill transparent areas will do what? It will fill the areas that are like empty. In this case, if you see the borders are empty, so it will fill it with the actual color or stuff like that. Okay, so I'll just press OK here, and it will start doing its job. And it's done. Now it's loading. I think, yeah, now it's filling the gaps, like the content of it fill, it is showing that. Done. Okay. Now you will notice that we got the result from all the different images. Okay. So on the top, you will see that it says merged images. So if I will hide this one, you can see I have different layers. Like, let me show you. This is layer 1. This is layer 2. This is layer 3. Okay. So this is 2.jpg on the last layer. This is 1.jpg on the layer 1, and this is 3.jpg on the first layer. So it took the this part from the 3.jpg and this part from the 1.jpg and this part from 2.jpg, and it combined it together, and we got this sort of result. This is how actually you get the result. Okay, but you will notice there are some masks here. So mask basically means, if you see here, if I go inside the mask, this is how it created the mask. And wherever it has created the mask, that part is showing here. Okay. Now, what if I don't want this part to show from 3.jpg? I can go in the mask and I can paint this part black. I'll take my brush, take the black color, and we will learn about the masking in our previous classes. In our next classes. So you don't have to worry about what I'm doing right now. So I will just paint over here, and you will see that it is removing that part. Okay. And even this I don't want from here. Now I will hide this one and go to this. From here, even I don't want it. So I will just go and paint the black here. I don't want this part. Now you will see that this is missing. And even from here, I don't want this part. So I will paint the black here. The reason I'm removing, because I want this one from the layer 2. Okay. So number 2 there. Here, what I will do is that I will take my white color and paint over with the white, because white will show the area. So on layer number 2, I'm doing that. It have started to show that there. Okay. So this is how you can do, and if you want your own results. One other thing is, I will now do the same thing, but this time I will use different number of different layers. I will use layer number 3 and layer number 1 instead of using layer number 2. Okay, so 1 and 3. So I'll just go here, script, load file into stack. Okay, use layer number 1 and 3. Okay, and I will do the auto line here first, the same auto mode, and then it will align everything. Then I will go here and edit, and I will do the auto blend, same thing. Now the result will be different than before, because I didn't use the layer number image number 2, which was very bright. So I don't want that very bright image to appear here. So I chose the dark one and I choose the lighter one, and this is this sort of result I've got. Okay, so you can see that this is the sort of result I'm getting out of it. So another thing, what if let me undo this. Now, what if I move the layer, the 3.jpg over the 1.jpg, and just to see what sort of result we will get with this. If I will go here, auto line, and then do the auto blend. So let's see if the result is same or different. So result is same as it was before. So that means the order of layers doesn't matter, because Photoshop will calculate its own order and create the best looking file for you. So it doesn't matter if you change the order of your layers. So I hope this part is clear. Now let's see another like scenario here. Let's open these file here. Now maybe I went to a desert and I wanted to create a wide picture, but issue was that I didn't had a really good camera. So I took one picture on the like from starting from the left side, then moving here, then moving, and I took different pictures from each side. Now I want to stitch them together to create one image. Now how I want to, I can do that manually. I can take each image, like I can go here, new, maybe I will make a very wide file. Okay, something like this. Then I will take this one, put it here. Then I will take this one. Okay. And then what I will try to do is that wherever it suits better, I will just go in that part, like suppose be something here, try to reduce its opacity and try to fix it. Okay. And then I will try to erase the parts that I don't want. Okay. And I'm getting there. Then I will go to 3, then I will do the same thing, and I will keep on repeating, and it will take a lot of time to do this. So what is the best way of stitching images together in Photoshop? Like quick way to do that. The method is same. You go to file, go to scripts, and then again you will take the load file into stack. After doing that, we'll go to the browse, take all the images that you took. Okay. Now I will open it, and it will be open in as a stack. Okay. So you don't have to manually put them together. Automatically it will create a stack. Now I will select them all. I will go to edit, and if you remember, auto align. Now this time I am not using auto align on top of each other. I'm not using the auto one, because if I will do that, it will do something like this. Okay. Automatically it will put them in this way, which is fine. You can use this one, but I don't want to use this. So instead of using this one, I can do one thing. I can go to file, auto align, and instead of using auto, I will use reposition and choose this one. It's almost the same thing. Okay. But it will reposition it in this manner. Okay. So you can use this or you can do the auto. So it's up to you. Oops. I think I closed it. Let's do it. So I was supposed to undo it, but I mistakenly just closed it. Okay. So auto align. So each one of these will give me different sort of result. Like cylindrical, it will give me this sort of result. Okay. And if I will go here back auto line, and if I will choose perspective, it will give me this sort of result. So the one which I liked was reposition and auto. So I think it would be better for me if I will choose auto. And maybe I will choose vignette removal also, but not the geometric distortion. It will give me some predictable results, which actually will ruin my image. So I will press OK. And now you will notice that it actually detected. Remember the last images? It aligned it on top of each other. But here it didn't align on top of each other. It aligned it the way I wanted. How did the the Photoshop knows that I wanted to align my image in a line, not on top of each other? Because Photoshop actually studies the image, it looks at the image and it checks if the image are similar to each other, but a little bit misalignment is there. That means I want to align on top of each other. But if it study the images and find that they are not similar to each other, but only edges or borders are kind of similar to each other, but not the whole image, that means I want to stack the image the way I want it here. So stacked it, now it looks like it's a complete image, right? But there are issues. I have this dark borders here, and I have this space issue, then like this distortion. Now how I can fix it? To fix it, I can go to Edit, Auto Blend. Now this time I will not choose stack images, I will choose panorama, because I want to align it next to each other, not on top of each other. So I will, it is already selected panorama. I will select these two, already selected, and I will just press OK. And as soon as I will do that, you will notice I will press Ctrl D to deselect everything. You will notice everything is aligned together and it is giving me the result that I was looking for. Okay. So I had 6 different images that are automatically stitched to each other. And this is how easily you can do this using your Photoshop. I hope this part is clear. Okay. And this is basically the auto blend I can do for you. So let's see another like scenario. Let's undo this whole thing. Do the auto align, but this time I'll do the auto align in perspective. So I will get this sort of a result. You will notice things are aligned together, okay, but perspectively, okay, and the result is a little bit different here. So what I will do at this stage is I'll select all of them and I will do again the auto blend mode, same options, and let's see what kind of result will we have. Now I will get something like this sort of a result. And this result kind of produces a little different sky. And I have a perspective in the image because I use the perspective align. So this also looks good, but I like the one which was previously done. So different alignments can give you different blending results. And for example, I don't want the perspective. Let's undo it till we get the whole back. I will go to auto align again, and this time I will choose spherical, and let's see what we will get in spherical. Okay. So I will get something like this, and if I'll go to auto blend, just notice it will keep the spherical form and it will blend it together just like this. Okay, so it will give me a spherical result. Now if I don't want a spherical, maybe collage, so auto align, and if I would change it to collage. Collage is going in this way. If it is going this way, if I will use auto blend and use this auto blend, it is again giving me auto blending throughout this the collage form. So the forms it keeps the same, and then it blends together. So the one that I wanted first, if you remember, I said either auto or reposition. Now let's see reposition. So let's see if it is actually reposition. So I will get something like this. I will go to edit, auto blend. Make sure all of them are selected because mine is selected, so I don't have to worry about. So you have to select all of them and then do the auto blend. So I will get like this sort of it. So this is how you will get results from auto alignment and auto blending. So really nice way of doing this. Now let's check some other parts here. Let's open a different image. Okay. Now this image is also taken by Watchketch Tuman. Okay, which I will open now. So it's his copyrighted images. So I'm just using this for the information or knowledge education purposes. Okay, so I will just open these all images together. Or let's do one thing. Let's go to file and automate, sorry, scripts, and load image in stack, browse, select all these. I will select all of them. Then I will go to auto line, auto, and align it automatically. And then I will go auto blend. Now just see, it didn't select panorama, it selected stack images because Photoshop can automatically detect which is the best method. So for this image, the best method is stack images. So I will use that. And let's see the result out of these 3 images. It will give me the best result. So this is what I will get out of these 3 images. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. Now let's do one thing here. I have this image. Now I don't want this boat to be here. I want this boat to be somewhere here. Or if you will see, I have like this man standing on the boat. So I don't want this man to stand on this boat. I want this man to stand on this boat. So how I can move him? So if I will take my lasso tool and I will select this, okay. So I have to copy it. Then I have to go back here. Then I have to paste it. Where it's gone. Okay, I think it's pasted on the same spot. Then I have to paste it here. And after that, I have to place him wherever I want him, like suppose here. And I have to take the eraser tool and erase the bottom of it, sides of it. And when I'm doing it, it's taking a little bit time. Plus, it's not too perfect. Okay. I have to do more here. done. So I made him stand here. Maybe here, he looks fine. Looks like he belongs there. Okay. But still he's here. So I can go to this image and I can take my cloning tool that we studied in the last class, and I will take this part, press Alt here, and take this source and paint over him. It will look like he wasn't there at all. Now you can see that that guy is removed and moved here. But it took me around, I think, 5 minutes maybe to do that. Or if you're doing this for the first time, so maybe more than that. What is the quickest way to do this? Let's see. So let me go back here in the history and let me undo everything that I did. Okay, done. Now to do it quickly, simple what I can do, I can take my lasso tool and I can select this guy. Okay, this pole, I think this pole is in the background. Only the guy. So once he is selected, I will go to edit. In the edit, I have few option here. Like suppose let's take this moving tool here, and then I will go to edit. And in the edit, in transform, sorry, not in transform, where is the content? Oh, okay, sorry. Move here, it's supposed to be somewhere. Yeah, in the same option where we have the spot healing, healing brush tool, patch tool, red eye tool, we have another tool which is called content aware move tool. So I will choose this content aware move tool, and I have already selected my man, and I will start moving it wherever I want. Maybe somewhere here. And if you feel that he's too big for this boat, because this boat is kind of far away, so if anything is far away, it appears to be smaller, and this is near to the camera, this is far away from the camera. So on this boat, if I'm moving this guy, he should be smaller, so I will reduce the size of him as well. Once I will move him, okay, so I have two options, to cancel or to accept, to commit or to cancel. So I will commit it. As soon as I will commit, you will notice that from here it is automatically gone. Let me press Ctrl D. And here he is automatically placed. But issue was that he was too dark. The background was too dark. So let's move him down here instead of up. And then press this button. Okay. I think because the issue is that it is kind of a... Let's move this boat because he is too small and the Photoshop cannot detect the edges well. So boat is bigger, so I will select the boat and use the content aware move tool, and let's move the boat a little bit far away, like here, and make it smaller. So instead of boat coming from this part, like this side, the boat is coming from this side. And if I will press, if I will commit, so you can see the boat is removed from here and the boat is placed here. Okay, so this is how you can do the content aware move tool. You can move any object anywhere you want. in few seconds. But sometimes it gives you unpredictable results, like the way we were doing this. So manually doing, you have more control. Okay, like what is missing here is the waves. So it doesn't look like real because there is no wave, there is no reflection here. So that you have to manually do. Okay. Or what you can do is that, let me undo this. If you're taking the boat, don't only take the boat, take the reflection of the boat with it. So I will take the whole reflection and oops, take the content aware move tool and then move the whole thing there. Okay. And then I will press this. So in this way, I will get the reflection as well. But here you will notice there is some unpredictable results. So sometimes the better result you will get when you are doing manual like replacement, like using the clone tool, healing brush tool to get the good results. Okay. So this was about content aware move tool. Now let's see, we have one more tool here, and this will be the last tool for this lesson. And that is content aware fill tool. Okay. Now how does it work? Let's see. Let me open this. Now I have this image, and I think the size of the image is too small. So what I can do here is that I can go to image, and to increase the size of this image, I have image size. But what it will do is that, suppose I don't want to increase the height, I only want to increase the width. So if I will go to the width, let me change the width, but height is also changing actually. So let's do one thing. Image size again. I have to unlink width and height because both are linked. So if I will change the width, height will also change. I don't want that. So I want the width to move to change on its own. So I will uncheck this link, change this to 2000, something like that. So you will see that it is now wider. But if I will press OK, just notice what happens to the image. It has become wider. Let's do 4000 so that you can see the actual result. So wider, I want to make it wider. Okay, only width I want to increase. If I will do 4000, now I got this result that like the size I want, I got it, but the result I was looking for is not there. Like this was completely in like a stretch. It's a complete stretchy image which is distorting the whole like picture here. So it have stretched it out, and this is not I want. What I actually want is that, let's undo it. I want the image to be wider, but at the same time, I don't want to stretch it. So instead of using my image size, I will use the canvas size. I will go to the canvas size. Now it will give me direction. Okay. And if I will click here, so image will like increase the size towards this area. Okay, it is pointing towards left. If I will click here, so it will resize towards the right area. Okay, so let's do this one. And if I will change the width, the actual width right now is 1600. So I want it to have approximately maybe 1000. Later on we can also change it, so it doesn't matter. Height I don't want to change. So if I will press OK, I will get this like result here. Okay, but issue is that I got the size, but what I got here is a blank page. It's showing me the background color, the color that is here. Actually it is pink, so it is showing me pink. Otherwise, if it is white, it will show me white, which is completely normal. But this is not what I want. I want the image to be unstretched and fill the whole thing. Now it is giving me a blank area, but I want to fill this blank area with the part of the image. So this is where the content aware fill option will come. Okay. Now to make sure you are if you want to use this, the image have to be flattened, or if it is layered, you should be on the layer where you have this like cut part or blank part. Okay. For example, if I have two layers here, let me make two layers. In this layer, I will delete this part. Okay. And on this layer, I will delete this part. Okay. Let's do one thing more here. Let me make the whole layer blank so you know what's going on. So on background layer, I have this, and on this, I will call this layer landscape. And here I have this image. Now this image I have till here, and I have background. So for the content aware, I don't have to worry about the background layer. I have to worry about my landscape layer because I have to choose this part actually. I will select this part from this layer. So you have to make sure you are working on the layer that you want the content aware fill option to be performed. So here I'm doing it, and I have selected this part. Now I will go to edit. Okay. And here I have content aware fill. So if once I will click on content aware fill, it will give me some options here, and you will notice that what it is doing here. Okay. So it is filling, but filling is not that nice. So how it is filling? It is filling it with this green area, if you see green overlay. So the green overlay is here, and it's here, and it's on the ground. So if you would notice, I have two options here, plus and minus. Minus means to remove the green area because the green area is over here as well. So I don't want the green area to be on the tree. Okay. Because I only want it to be on the sky and the ground. I will remove the tree from here. Okay. And now it's calculating again, and it will give me this option, which is kind of fine. But I want more sky. So I will take the plus and I will choose more sky here. As much you will select, it will have more options to fill in. So I will select most of the part from here as well, like a lot of part from here. Now it's calculating again. Now you can see the result is becoming a little bit better. Okay. Now here, what else I can do is I can just go to my size, make the size a little smaller, and also choose these smaller areas. And it's again calculating. So it will give me something from here. Okay. Now, what I don't want is, can you see this shadow? This shadow is coming from here. So I don't want this shadow part. So I will take my minus and deselect this shadow part. Okay. Calculating again. Now it's doing a much better job. Okay. But still some issues are there. But don't worry about that. We can fix it. Now we have here mirror option. So if I will select the mirror option, and it will do some calculation. Now it is what it is doing. It is mirroring from here to here, which is giving a sort of a nice result here. Okay. Now if I have here another thing, scale. So let's choose the scale also. Scale is also making it more perfect. After that, I have color adoption here, which is default, high, and very high. Right now I am on default. Let's see if I will use very high. Let's see what is the result. So not much of it. Yeah, now you can see it is becoming greenish. So that green is spilling now because my color adoption is very high. So which is not right. So I will choose the default one because I don't want to spill the color. Now rotation adoption. So right now there is no rotation adoption. Let's see if I will use full rotation adoption. So what it will do is that it will rotate the image in this direction. Okay, you can see that it is copied, then it start rotating it. Okay, which is not right. So I will choose low. Low is kind of good, but let's keep it none. Okay. Now, what if I remove the mirror and only keep the scale? Let's see that result too. That's not that good. So I will keep the mirror on. Okay. Now, other thing we are in auto mode here. Okay. So if I will go to the rectangle mode, let's see what we can do. In the rectangle mode, you can see it is calculating now. And it is giving me much more better result in the rectangle. Okay. Because what in the rectangle is doing, plus let's uncheck mirror and scale for now. It's giving me this sort of a result, which is not good. Okay, without these two. So I want this area, the rectangle area, because I'm choosing the rectangular area to be mirrored over this side. Okay, so I will choose mirror. So when it will mirror, automatically these two parts will be gone. Now this is gone. Okay. Now some parts will become bigger or smaller when the angles is changing. So that means scale. So if I will choose scale, it will calculate and it will give me this sort of a result. But I think without scaling, it's much more better. Okay, or keep the scaling because clouds look a little bit weird without scaling. Okay. Now this is what you will get through the rectangular. Now we have custom. If I go to custom, I have to make my own. I have to paint my own areas to get the like result. So maybe I can increase the brush size and only choose this part. Let's see what result I will get. So I will get something like this because sky is missing. A lot of sky is missing. So I will change this one. I will add the sky. Now some ground is missing. So I will choose some ground here as well. Okay. Now the size is missing, like size is up and going up and down. So different sort of issues I'm having here in the custom. So the best result I got it was from the rectangle. So I will go back to rectangle and I will press OK. When I will press OK, you will see that the output, the newly created fill area will go to a new layer. Or you want it to put it on the current layer, or you want it to duplicate, you want it to put on the current layer, but you want to duplicate that current layer. So you have three options. But the one that I really like, I always use is new layer. So that I will have a new layer and it will put it on the new layer. So I got it on the new layer. Okay. So I got it here. Now, one thing is that Suppose I like the sky from here, but I don't like the mountains. It looks very, it's obvious that it is mirrored. So if I will go back here, select the same area. Okay. Edit, content over fill again. Choose the rectangle. Okay. But this time I will only choose mirror, not scale. And then I will press OK. And I will get this result. Okay. Now, the top one here is the one with the mirror and scale. The mirror scale looks like this. Clouds looks fine, but the I'm not fond of the mountain. I didn't like the mountain. So what I can do, I can just move this one up on, like I will move it up on the top. I will hide this one. And here I don't like the clouds. I only like the mountains. So what I can do from this layer, I will remove the mountain. So, sorry, the clouds. So the cloud which is on this layer will start appearing. Okay. So unhide this one. I will take my eraser tool. Okay. And I will make the eraser tool a little bigger. Make sure your hardness is 0 so you will get soft result. And I will start erasing these the clouds from the top layer. So once I will erase it, the layer underneath will start appearing. So only clouds. Rest I will keep it as it. Okay. By mistake I erased it a lot. So let's make it smaller. And let's do it again. Because I erased the mountains as well before. I will get some this one. Okay. Or let's do one thing, because here you can notice that it looks mirrored. It's obvious that it's mirrored. So instead of erasing the whole clouds, I will only erase the top part because I like the top part from the bottom. That's all. Done. And this is how we got the image. Like we got the actual size, balanced image. So you can see that. One more thing we can do is that I can select this part just like this, so that this side is same as this side. I will go to image and crop it. So the area that I selected is cropped to that size, and the part which was here is not there anymore. But it looks balanced now. Same size here, or like same width here, like a gap here, same gap here as well. So this is how you can use the content aware fill with different methods. Choose the one that suits best to your image, and you will get this sort of an option out of it. Okay. So I hope you have understood all the tools that we have worked on today. And with this content aware fill, we are done with our lesson 6, which is about the retouching and repairing. Okay. And our next lesson, lesson number 7, will be all about typography. We will learn like typography tools, and we'll see how we can add typing, and we can how we can use the character and paragraph settings, how we can use the justification and hyphenations, how we can use tracking, kerning, and leading, how we can use the wrapping type, how we can use the type on a path, how we can use a vertical type, and we will see how we can type inside a path, and how to create a shape with a text. So these kind of tricks we will learn in our next lesson, lesson number 7. So I will end the stream now. Thanks for joining the class. So we'll move to Blackboard now. Okay, so let's meet on Blackboard, and bye from YouTube live stream.